high heels, pink ribbons, frilly dresses. Oh, how I used to loathe these so-called expressions of femininity. As a rebellious teen, I despised everything, even remotely connected to the female world. For example, gossip, as if it is a somehow inherently womanly thing, makeup, long hair, you name it. I listened to metal. I wore baggy band t-shirts. I never wore skirts. I wanted to hang out with the boys. Years went by and I still listened to metal, still wore my baggy band t-shirts, and was living with my metalhead, bearded, burly partner. Yet something began to change. I started experimenting with style, was more and more inspired by glam rock and goth cultures, and after years and years of denying myself the pleasures, dived headfirst into the world of alternative fashion. The endless array of incessant accessories, fun jewelry, excessive details in everything I bought maniacally, changing my wardrobe on a whim. After years of repressing my artistic side, finally I felt free in my frilly smocks and polka-dotted heels. I've devoured all the ads, and I bought and I bought and I bought more things. But heels hurt, and circle dresses and petticoats require meticulous upkeep. So slowly but steadily, I was growing more pragmatic, more practical, more boring in my choices. The platforms, the zombie tube dresses, the eyeball bags, all have been slowly replaced with Birkenstocks, baggy t-shirts, and roomy backpacks. I cut off my dreadlocks. I wore more black again. I've gained weight and was preparing myself to become a normie. Alas, my wild nature would not allow me to stay boring for too long, for I have always longed for something, something different, something true. But alas, the next trap was awaiting me. The all-powerful, omnipresent, mighty Lady Makeup was waiting just behind the corner for my still naive, still confused self. My affair with makeup was neither brisk nor romantic. It was a grueling, thankless journey filled with self-loathing and despair. My skin is so bad, the voice in my head kept up this mantra for years. My hands are too shaky to even put on lipstick, let alone eyeliner. I felt beyond incompetent, failing at what many women apparently have mastered in their teens. But as my skills inevitably improved and my understanding of skincare and its ingredients grew, the uncomfortable questions that I had been pushing aside for years kept me up at night. Why don't I feel beautiful? Why can't I be like these other women, seemingly flawless and effortless? Why am I feeling more and more like an outcast, like a troll who pretends to be a fairy and is so bad at its attempts that it cannot even fool itself? And so my journey of true awakening, of real self-discovery began. As my hopes of achieving feminine beauty have slowly dissipated. I've realized that for all these years, through all of my experimentation with looks, I have fundamentally missed what was truly the cause of my internal misalignment. I've never felt like I belonged, not even among the people who shared my passions, not even when seeing my story mirrored in the stories of hundreds and millions of others. I had to come to terms with the fact that for long, long years, I have despised not only myself, but an entire idea of being a woman, of being perceived as weak and superficial. And this contempt that I felt was not at all a unique experience. Millions and millions of women all over the world still experience this to this day and have been for ages. I have experienced, like many, like most of us, what it is to be a victim of internalized hatred of one's core. No, my core is not just a woman, but I would argue that woman I have not felt, that woman I had to become. And in my becoming, I have seen finally that femininity was not at all constrained to the outward expression, that petty competition was not at all inherent to women, that what we have been propagated about femininity was rooted not in empirical evidence, but in someone's desire for domination, for self-profit, and ultimately was untrue, and reduced us all to walking stick figures, paper cliché field figurines. No, it is not women or men being this way or the other. It is us, humans, being all distinctly different, yet so fundamentally similar in our common desires, in our collective needs for true human interaction, for free, unbridled expression, for love that knows no boundaries, no gender, not even a shadow of a doubt, for freedom, for all, forever, for the world that we all can build together, the world of tomorrow, the world of the people.